A conversation took place this evening between Sharry Markson and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The whole conversation is up at skynews.com.au. He engaged with the criticism that he has previously levelled at the Australian Prime Minister and Australia's decision to begin the process of recognising Palestine as its own country when the UN votes in a couple of weeks' time.
I think his record is forever tarnished by the weakness that he showed in the face of these Hamas terrorist monsters. When these people congratulate the Prime Minister of Australia, you know something is wrong.
Also, when having a conversation about the next phase of the operation as to whether he's going to go even deeper into Gaza, he said this was all about ending the war.
My goal is not to occupy Gaza, it's to free Gaza. Free them from Hamas tyranny, free Israel and others from Hamas terrorism, give Gaza and Israel a different future.
To discuss, the Shadow Minister and the great MP from the Gold Coast is Angie Bell. Lovely to see you, Angie. And of course, joining us right now, well, a man who one day may move to the Gold Coast. No, until then, in the man cave.
Love the Gold Coast. How are you, my friend?
Yes, lovely, Joe Hildebrand. Hello. So, thoughts on the interview? Again, congratulations to Sharry for the exclusive. All news today, all news tomorrow. What do you think of it?
Obviously, an incredible get. I know it's not the first time she's had Benjamin Netanyahu or spoken to him, but to get him on Australian TV talking about Australian domestic politics is a phenomenal get. But look, I am, as you would expect, I am Team Australia on this. I am Team Albo. I think I am a huge supporter of Israel. I love Israel. Going there and visiting was one of the most profoundly moving experiences of my life. And I genuinely, absolutely 100% believe now that the biggest threat to Israel's stability and security and its moral authority is Benjamin Netanyahu himself. Right. Hamas are the most despicable act of dogs, pigs, whatever you can call them, that is the most offensive slur that you can visit on such extremists. But Netanyahu is playing completely into their trap. They did October 7 to provoke Israel into an outrageous overreaction that they could then use their own people as human shields against, and then present that mass slaughter to the world as an example of why Israel is not a legitimate moral force. And Netanyahu, by saying, and again, I did not draw a line until this moment, but Benjamin Netanyahu now actually moving into Gaza City and occupying it is not only an outrageously inhumane thing to do, but it will turn global opinion, what little remaining global support there is for Benjamin Netanyahu, it will turn against him, and it will breed another generation of terrorists. And so I think it's a terrible strategic error. I know that the PM was extremely concerned when he spoke to Benjamin Netanyahu that he simply did not have a political outcome. What is the plan? What is the plan? How does this fix things?
Because it is interesting to note again, when you say about the communication, we've seen the interview tonight, we saw the statement, we saw the tweet. It feels to me like the volume has been turned down as each of those has gone through. But yes, as you say, there has been that briefest of communications in and around that decision of recognition between the two Prime Ministers. Angie, your thoughts on the interview and how the Israeli Prime Minister presented himself about his criticism of our government. I think his decision to specifically not name the Prime Minister by name, if I want to read into that, is, in my view, an attempt to take half a step in a backwards direction. But what did you think?
Well, I think this is a classic case of Anthony Albanese mismanaging our relationship with some of our allies across the world. And obviously, we've been very close to Israel for decades of foreign policy, and now the Prime Minister has decided to put the cart before the horse, before a proper peace process, and move towards recognising Palestine. Now, what we want to see, we do want to see the war end. Australians want to see less suffering in the Middle East and the war end, but we also want to see the hostages handed back, and the Israeli authorities believe there's still 20 hostages who are under in tunnels in Gaza. Absolutely. We want to see that end, and we want to see the hostages given back. But what we've seen is damage to our relationship with Israel, and clearly this comes back on the Prime Minister. Only he is to blame for his decisions that he has made. and we believe that his decision is wrong. We want to see a proper peace process first. And to Joe's point, Hamas is a terrorist organisation and they are in charge of Gaza. And so the Prime Minister's preconditions just don't stand.